60-second story on one of the biggest screw-ups I ever made. I went to the lot, wasn't expecting to, the Range Rover, Land Rover, and ended up getting a white Range Rover for my wife. It was beautiful. It was pretty. It was just a few years old, and I think $52,000 or something, and the payments were like $800 a month. And
for 30 years.
Yeah, and for whatever, 7 years or something stupid. This was years ago. But I went home, and I just couldn't get peace about it. I was so excited for probably the first 3 or 4 days. And then, the Lord kept speaking to me, you shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't have done that. And, God's called in my life at the time. He was speaking to me about being able to pour into others like we're doing now on the podcast and with other things in church and whatnot. And I'm a leader of my family, and that was a poor decision. Well, it hit me, and I went to my wife, and I said, babe, we're going to take the Range Rover back. And it was a hard, humbling decision because the guy that actually sold it to us is the best-looking guy I've ever met in my life. The car was the best-looking, no homo. But he was literally like 6'5" and just the nicest, sharpest gentleman. We're friends on Instagram. Anyway, stud young guy. And I went back and I told him, and he was just so impressed with that. So maybe it planted a seed in him.
Oh, yeah.
So I said, I know what I paid. I know I'm going to take a loss here. I think it was 3 or 4 weeks when I brought it back. And I think they gave me like $48,000 back for it, so I lost $4,000 in 1 month.
Yep.
But I learned a good lesson.